Hey guys, it's Stacy with As the Tea Brews. Today I thought I'd do a video about the teas that I'm drinking, and also I wanted to share what I have been up to a little bit with the stay-at-home orders. We are under a very strict order to stay at home in the county I'm in Utah, and it just started a couple days ago, but it had been kind of like recommended for a couple weeks before that, but now they're like, you can only go out for essential stuff. So yeah, I haven't really been out. I've only gone to the grocery store like twice in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and so we've just been trying to stay at home. My husband's working from home, and the kids are doing school from home, and so I haven't done a whole lot of tea lately the last couple of weeks because I keep getting sick, and then I've been on a lot of antibiotics, and anyway, so I'm feeling pretty good today, and so I want to tackle a couple little projects. But first I'm going to make some matcha to take upstairs to my craft room. So I did have a cup of coffee this morning. Actually, I didn't finish the coffee. I wasn't loving it today, so I'm feeling like matcha. So this is matcha, mermaid matcha from Bird and Blend. And this one, I can't really tell you exactly what this one tastes like. It's kind of I don't know, I'll have to try it again and remind myself what it tastes like, but it's just really yummy, and it does brew up a pretty color after you add some milk to it. So I'm just going to make it with some vanilla soy milk from Kroger, and this is my favorite one. Actually, I think the light one actually froths up better, but my Kroger stopped carrying the light one, so this is the one that we have, and I have half a cup of it in here ready to froth. And so I don't end up adding a whole lot of milk to my matcha lattes or my lattes in general, so I don't use a whole lot of matcha. I do have this little sample packet that they sent me, so I was just gonna either dump that in or just pour it into my matcha scoop to use that today. Let me see how much is in here. So with these hot matchas, since I don't add a whole lot of liquid, I usually only do 1 scoop of matcha. So that was just about 1 matcha scoop in that sample pack. So I just thought I'd use that and get it kind of out of the way. But and so then I brew, or I steep up some water, heat up some water to, I do the delicate, which is 100, I'm going to come to the other side here, 160 degrees, because I don't want it to be too hot for my matcha. And I'll do about half of it with the water, and then I use this little whisk, automatic battery operated whisk thingy from IKEA, and I just mix it up. Okay, so then I like it to kind of be stirring around when I pour in my milk, so the matcha gets mixed in with the milk a little bit. And my frother makes it mostly foam, which is why, and I love, oops. So this is like half foam, so really the matcha's only water in there, but some of that foam will end up kind of settling down into milk and mixing in with the matcha. Sometimes I'll just kind of give it a little stir to add a little bit more milk to dilute some of the foam. Look at that, it's like a nice pretty teal color. Isn't that fun? All right, well, my first drink was all foam, so I'll tell you in a little bit what the flavor is, but it kind of is just like a sweet vanilla-y, and maybe it's more vanilla because I use vanilla soy milk. I don't know, I can't really tell you what it even tastes like. It's just really yummy and good. Okay, so this is my office slash craft room, and this is where I've spent a lot of time the last couple of weeks over our stay-at-home orders. And this, the lighting, I'm looking into the sunlight, so that's kind of dark, sorry. But this is a table that my girls had their laptops set up, and they've been doing their school from home here. And so we have been on spring break this week, so I moved their laptops and school stuff off, and I am going to work on trying to make some face masks since they just said everybody should wear a face mask when you go out. I'm not sure how good they are or helpful if they're not the actual ones, which you can't get because they've all been sent to the hospitals and everything. But I have a couple different kinds I want to try. So I pulled out some fabric scraps. I don't have a whole lot of the right size elastic. I think that's about all I have of that, maybe for one mask. So I know I saw you could do like a hairband version. I have some thin elastic, and I have some like shoelace kind of tie things that I might try and use. And then I also saw a tutorial on turning a pair of LuLaRoe leggings into a mask. They're super stretchy and they're actually like no sew. And so I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try a couple different things. I think I'm going to try this one first. But I have my mermaid matcha, and I am just going to work on this today. And I've done a lot of other projects up here, like I had a scrapbook class, and I redid my recipe binder. I don't know if you guys are interested in any of that, but I'm going to work on this, and after I finish my matcha, I'll show you the tea that I have next, and I'll show you whatever masks I can come up with. Okay, so it's the next day. Yesterday was actually my son's birthday. I don't know if I mentioned that, and so I baked him a cake, and we made a big dinner and did stuff like that. So this is what I got done yesterday. I made this cotton mask. It's like out of that, I think they're like quilters fabrics, those calico fabrics. And then I tried a couple out of the LuLaRoe leggings. I'm not a big fan of them. Plus I read that the fabric is kind of, I don't know what the word is, but it's really a stretchy kind of thinner fabric, and so it doesn't really keep out very many particles. So I don't love how those feel anyway. So we probably won't use those. So Ellie tried this one on, and she actually really likes how this one feels. But I'm going to make another one of this in the Steelers fabric that I have. It's kind of a thick cotton for my mom because she's a Steelers fan. So I don't know how much you'll be able to see the pattern, but that's what I'm going to do next. And then I'm drinking this Nuts About You from Bird and Blend. I ordered this a while back. I don't know, 6 months or more than that. What's the date on there? I can't. Oh, the expiration says June of this year. Rooibos with almond pieces, cinnamon, coconut flakes, mallow flowers, and flavoring. And it smells, you can smell the rooibos and almond a lot. I don't taste a ton of the cinnamon right now when it's this hot. I wish that it were more cinnamony because I love cinnamon, but it's pretty good. I'll see how, a lot of times the teas change as they like cool down. You can taste more of the flavors and stuff, so I'll let you know what I think after I make this next mask. So these are the finished product for the Steelers masks, and these they kind of open up when you put them on. You can kind of pull them up and down. You can't do it with one hand, but I only had this half an inch, I don't know what that is, not quite half an inch elastic, and this really thin elastic, so hopefully one of those works for my mom. This one's a little tighter than this one because I mismeasured the elastic on this one, which I didn't realize till afterwards. But anyway, so those I will mail to her, and I think she just plans on dumping them straight into the wash and washing them just in case, you know, and then use those as whenever she needs to. And I finished my tea. So I do want to try a couple other designs of masks, but it's time to make dinner, so I'll either do it later tonight or I'll be back tomorrow. And I did want to say that I did enjoy drinking this tea. I still didn't get the cinnamon flavor. It was mostly rooibos and almond to me, but it was good. And I didn't need to add any sweetener or anything. The rooibos kind of had a natural sweetness. Do you guys drink the little tea bits that end up at the bottom of your mugs? I'm just curious. So it's Monday morning and spring break's over and we're starting school at home again. Abby made herself a mermaid matcha. It's that pretty teal color with vanilla soy milk. And I have not made my tea yet that I will be sipping on while I work on some more face masks. I have a different pattern that I'm going to be working on, but I've moved. I had all my sewing stuff over here, but they had to have their computers there, so I've moved over to this part of the desk, and then so my area is gonna be a little crowded, but and then I've got all my other stuff that I'm working on over there. So I will show you what tea I'm having as soon as I get it made. Okay, so we've been working on some things. Kids are doing their schoolwork. Here is my next cup of tea and my mask pile of projects. So I am going to have pumpkin spice brulee, which was from Tivana, and this was a dessert tea, and I believe it's an oolong. And this was one of my very favorite teas. I'm trying to open this with one hand. Pumpkin wise, and I have very, very little left. Maybe 1 or 2 small cups. So if I only use a teaspoon for each, I might be able to do 2 small cups for that. And I've been using it very sparingly because I've really loved it. Before they went out of business, I bought a pretty big tin full, and I've just been using it sparingly. So this is the tea. I forgot the first time I started making masks to wash and pre-wash and dry the fabrics that I was going to use so that they wouldn't shrink up too much. I was curious. I threw this mask in to see how it would wash up, and I actually think it's going to be just fine. I'll probably just re-iron the pleats in it. But I actually found a different, like I think I mentioned earlier, a different pattern. It's very similar, almost the exact same, but it's got an opening for a filter that you can add. And so I'm going to try making some of those now. So I really like the design of this one better because it's got this little gap where you can insert a filter. I didn't do the pleats, but because when I turned it inside out or right side out, all my little elastics just popped right out. They are just too thin. The thread's not catching enough of them. And so I don't know what to do because I don't have any more of the thicker elastic. So I might have to try using some ties or something instead. Okay, so I finished that tea really quickly. So I'm making some T2 apple crumble. Let me just show you this one. So this one has lots of fruit pieces in it. And it smells kind of nutty and appley. It's got apple chicory root. I can show you guys here. Doesn't want to focus. Apple, chicory root, citric acid, natural and artificial flavor. I think because that citric acid is in there, you don't want to make this as a latte. Has almonds, hazelnut brittle, sugar, hazelnut, and cinnamon. So I don't smell the cinnamon a whole lot. I can smell the apple and the nuts. So I'll let you know after I try this one, but it's steeping here in my perfect mug from David's Tea. So I did not have any more elastic to use for these masks. So I went down, I'm just racking my brain thinking, what can I do? So I went down to the Halloween box and I found these wings from when the girls were little. And they have this elastic on them, which would pretty much be perfect. And it's this really soft elastic. So I think this will work out nicely. And then I'll just, if they want to use these, sometime we'll have to fashion some strings or put some new elastic on it once we can go back to the stores and stuff. But so if you're looking for elastic, rummage through some old Halloween stuff. Costumes, maybe you'll find something. I was thinking I might find some on like those pieces that you can attach to the shoes, and then they usually have elastic on the bottom to hold them on for some of the costumes. I didn't come across any of those in the box that I opened, but because I found these and I stopped looking. But anyway, so I'm going to use these. I'm going to drink my tea and try and work on a mask. So this apple crumble by T2 is a really nice apple tea. It's very, just has a nice pleasant taste, no bitterness or anything, and it's mostly just apple in the taste. I don't really taste a lot of the nuts or cinnamon, but it's a nice tea. Okay, so I finished this mask, and I really like the fit of this one. I just was kind of lazy, and I didn't measure the pleats, and so this side of the mask is bigger than this side. So I kind of messed up on that. And then this is the back of it, and there's this pocket that you can slide in a filter if you want to. So I think so far this is my favorite pattern. I think I'm gonna make a couple more like this because I think my mom would like being able to add in the filter to that. So, and I think that the sizing is good. I did also mess up, let's see, on one of the sides I twisted the elastic the wrong way. I can't tell right here through this one I guess is twisted wrong, but it still works. So I will post the link to this one down below, and as well as any others that I end up trying. Okay, so I've got these two masks that I made today, and I do like the simplicity of this one a lot better than the other one that looks almost the same. I didn't really measure, I just kind of did the pleats, but they both have a little pocket on the back to put in some kind of filter if you want to. So I'm going to take these and the other two Stillers masks that I made yesterday that don't have the pockets and throw them in a box to mail to my mom, and she is going to just dump them into the washer and wash them right when she gets them, just so I'm not sending her any germs. And I'm about halfway done with my apple crumble tea. I don't know if I do want to make a couple more masks with the pocket for us to have here that are washable. So I think I've got enough of that elastic that I cut off of the wings for 2 more masks. So after I get home from mailing hers, I'll probably make 2 more, but I'm not sure if that'll be in the video or not. If not, then I hope you enjoyed the video, seeing my masks that I made along with the tea that I drank when I was working on them, and I hope you guys have a great day and stay safe and stay healthy.